Hypothetically, it's what the people see. It's just you and me. Hypothetically.
Hey, we're back at it again with another episode of We're Saved 2. Ain't y'all with that sauce? Ain't y'all with that sauce? That sauce.
Dylan.
You missed one.
Hey, but welcome back to another episode of Hypothetically. We're in a building place to be. This is where you want to be. Hopefully you stay to see everything.
This is bars.
Y'all thought we was playing? You know what I'm saying. Pick up and put down what I'm laying.
Real rap
raw. I got y'all all day. I need y'all to pay attention anyway. All right, we back.
Ooh.
Where the question at?
Okay. So y'all see them big old lines up there? That means y'all too loud.
Oh, sorry.
They'll be alright. Turn it down some. Then it turns back up.
Put it back down, but put me back up. We here like, what's up? Trying to get in the cut.
What up?
Can't play it. Just keep it.
Hey.
In touch? Really?
Trying to keep in touch. Ooh, he have bars over there. Bel Air. All in your derriere.
That's
we
your
smelling
butt.
what you putting down in the air. Ooh, killed it. Murdered it.
That's a
slayed
fart.
it. Yes, very potent. Smell it.
No.
But I don't know it.
No.
You can tell people to like and share and follow and subscribe and
like, share, and follow. Subscribe.
comment, send questions to our Gmail account at
to
We're
the
Saved 2.
Gmail account.
And you can also slide in a DM or
don't say DM. Hey, we don't do no sliding, slip and slide.
With questions, with hypothetical questions.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Ever since I heard it's going down in the DM, I think I got a bad vibe from that DM sliding thing. So I just be like, don't do it.
It can be very professional.
I don't know.
You
hey,
can. There is professionalism in the DMs.
There is? Ooh,
yes.
What y'all know about this professional-ism in the DMs? Y'all got transactions going on?
Nah, y'all the only two that be in my DMs.
Ooh!
But you don't even be watching it.
I do. I watch them. My goodness. What's the question?
What's the question for today?
All right. The question is, if you had the ability to pick where your spouse would be from and it's outside of the United States of America, where would it be?
It's not safe. It's not a safe question.
Everybody knows. For me,
it's not a safe question.
It's really not. But,
it's not.
Well, fine. Because when I told her the question, she said,
I just literally said no racial stuff.
That's not racial.
That's
racial. Definitely racial.
I feel like if you can navigate your words.
Thank you.
I don't know how to do that.
No,
okay,
better yet, this is not a safe question for Darren.
Because I feel like you can easily say.
It's okay. Nope.
Where from?
We'll take another question.
No. Keep it. Because it's hypothetically. We're just speaking ignorance. So
no, it's not that, because that was the thing. Like the last time, the reason
why we had to kick a whole episode.
We just had to get rid of a whole episode because of what happened. So we keep mentioning that episode. It will never be released. I'm sorry, y'all.
Sorry.
Okay.
Real.
I got it.
Wait, no, just leave it.
No.
Took you want to do it
because we know where she picking.
Because everybody know me.
Okay, so since we know, if they know you, they don't need to know it on the World Wide Web.
That's true.
So,
just know they got 2 weddings.
All right.
And it's from the motherland.
It's silky.
To the people.
No, Delon, Mr. Courtney said that's not how you do it.
Oh, what did he say?
It's this.
No, my grandpa said it's this.
Oh, your grandpa.
It's this.
It's power to the people. You just.
Oh, that was Papa Lee?
That was Papa
Lee. I thought you said it was your dad.
No, it was my grandpa. But anyway, if you had to go back and give your parents one piece of advice on how to raise you, what would you tell them?
Ooh.
Oh, 30 seconds, go.
Ooh. Aisha mama over there flaming right now.
She's interested in seeing what she's about to say.
I had to think of something.
Okay, 30 seconds. What would better have raised me? Okay.
She ain't getting no pancakes.
Mom just whispered, I'm not getting pancakes. It's okay.
She said, hey, no, mama, let me whisper.
Okay. Okay, I got mine.
Darren going first. She said it first.
You set yourself
I didn't know that's what she was looking for. I didn't know the words
she was looking for. I was trying to let her know I was ready.
Time.
every time.
Why do we have to do this every time?
Because it's funny and more funny.
I didn't know that those are the exact words she was looking for.
Well,
I'll wait
well,
next time. Bet.
Well,
Bet.
here we are.
I'll wait.
She said, bet.
Oh, we're done? We're ready?
Let's do it again. There you go.
Okay, if I had to tell my parents anything, I would just tell my dad, because my dad mostly raised me. Because when I was growing up, my mom was very secluded to her room and stuff. So, but once like she died, I was 13. So that's when I started like going out and doing stuff. So I would just tell my dad to care more. I feel like that would have helped raise me because I got to do whatever I wanted. And to me, I chucked that up to caring. He told me it's a cold world out there. You got to live in it. And that's how I lived in the world. So yeah, that is what I would tell my dad, just to care more. Not that I want more rules, but
Because I'm like, they don't like rules, so that's
I
conflicting.
think that's the reason why she doesn't like rules. Because growing up, this is a wild.
I had none.
This is the world. You just gotta live in it. So when your parents don't make you abide by these things, when the regular world tries to make you abide by things, you're like,
Rules?
Who are you?
What are
'Cause that's,
rules?
but that's what they tell people who have kids now, like the moms who be letting their sons go buck wild or talk back to them or they don't punish them or anything like that. They're like, you ain't gonna punish them, but the world will. And when the world does it, it ain't in a nice way. Because at the end of the day, that cop or teacher or principal is still gonna do whatever they feel is necessary because your kid does have to follow
Your
rules.
kids out here wild.
I don't be
Yeah.
wilding, but yeah. I don't know. That was cool. I feel like that took a whole that took me somewhere though. Y'all should. That was weird.
It took you somewhere?
Yeah.
What would I tell my parents? Have more standards for me. In a sense that I wasn't pushed to do all that I could do and all that was instilled in me just, from God's greatness. I'm very smart, but I'm very lazy, and procrastination is something that is horrible. But then I'm just like, if no one ever made you do something, like, and you had to motivate your own self to be
That's hard.
that standard,
Very hard.
then, yeah. So I could be something great. I could probably already be in my career, but I didn't have nobody to push me to that. I just
That's a parent's responsibility.
looked at my siblings and I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're doing great things. I got outside influences. Thank God that I was influenced in a positive direction. But yeah, so I just wish that I had a little more push. Therefore, I wouldn't be so lax about certain things, especially when it comes to education. Because the only reason why I have the drive and motivation is because I know where one side without it can get you. So that's just from me as a child growing up to see where, everybody was. But I feel like if you would have pushed me a little more, then it would have been like some popping. Like, popping, show stopping, straight dropping, flip flopping, can't do it. Just stop.
Real rap rock.
Burst.
Hey, y'all,
Bars.
don't at me. Down to Aisha.
To DeLon, because I'm gonna stop cooking on y'all behalf. Go ahead, DeLon.
All right.
Because her mama is ready. She got the spatula in
Please
there.
don't burn nothing.
She said, I wish she would.
said, don't ruin the pancake.
Look at Aisha.
Focus on the pancakes.
She nervous
Pancakes are more
down
important than
there.
what you got to say.
She nervous
I'm not,
down
no,
there.
that's the thing. I'm not nervous and I know what I want to say, but go ahead, DeLon.
All right,
It's
so
gonna be
for
something
mine, my parents were fairly strict. It was very structured with my parents.
That's
and
a
I
good
think-
word, structured.
Very structured, yes.
That's very safe.
Right, that was great. But so and I was fine with that. But I would say the only issue was like at times I feel like we wouldn't really have a conversation about things. Like even if I got in trouble about something, it's one thing to like punish me, but then we don't really have a conversation. So now my only reference is that's what's gonna happen. Versus if we had more, I guess, dialogue, I could have a better understanding of like where they're coming from. They can understand where I'm coming from.
That's good.
And we could be, have a better, basically understanding of each other. And it's crazy how like now at 27, I'm just now being able to have like more of a dialogue with my parents. Like I talk to them all the time about stuff, about what I'm doing. They're talking to me about what they're doing. So I think that would be the main thing is just at a younger age having more of a dialogue.
Open lines of communication.
Open lines of communication.
But I feel like a lot of times, like most parents raise their kids on do what I say because I said it, not do what I say because for them, you like even now, like you'll see kids like ask a question, but the adult that's in authority feels like you're questioning me, like you're questioning what I'm telling you instead of just doing what I said. And so even as a teacher, like I gotta find myself sometimes my kids will ask questions or they'll say something, and I'm like. But it's the authority. I feel like they're challenging my authority, but in reality, they're kids and they want to better understand what I'm saying to them. Because a lot of times they don't have a reference point. Like when people tell you like sit down and be good, but be good to you and be good to that kid. What does good look like? Like
what's the definition of good?
But even in more than that, what's the definition of good to you? Because for me, like me and my mom, we both have two different standards as it pertains to babysitting. So it's what's going to fly for me and what's going to fly for her, two different things. So you have to, even as a parent, like I've seen some parents, now I'm not going to, there are, like the rod of correction drives out foolishness. I absolutely believe that. But I also believe that you should explain to your children what they're doing and why they shouldn't do it. And as a Christian parent, you should also always tie that back to scripture. Like show them in the word where it says that, not just, well, you ain't supposed to be doing that. Like show them what the Bible says. Show them why they shouldn't. And that will help them to even better understand or deepen their relationship with God, because as they're reading their Bible, they might be able to see that and find that and see themselves in their word and find out what they're dealing with. So,
and I also think it's a fine balance, because obviously you don't want to be strictly on the discipline side and not have the dialogue, but I don't think you should be too much on the dialogue side, because then they see you more like just a friend and not really
you can't tell me what to do.
And like when you do actually give them instructions, they don't take it as serious. So I think it's definitely a balance.
And also be consistent, parents, please.
Be consistent.
Do not, Dr. Poole says it all the time, don't punish your kids just when it makes you mad. Like little Jimmy been touching this table, and then on the 7th time you then decide to whoop him even though you told him not to touch the table the first time. Like somebody I know is dealing with that right now. Like you don't do nothing until you get mad, and now the child is like rebelling at full rebellion because you allowed this to slide. This has just been cool, but now it's not cool because of new circumstances. And so
they just pissed off, so now they just like get your hands off the table. And
no, then they started whooping.
Yeah, and the child's like, what is this? What is this about? So,
that's beating. All right, go ahead, Aisha.
I was trying to wait till our pancakes was done because I knew she was about to stop what she was doing.
No, go ahead.
So what I would tell my parents, I'm going to look at the parent who's over there. I would tell you both to allow me to follow my dreams the way I wanted to.
Ooh, she about to get a whooping. What?
No, but like for real. So I knew at the age of 7, 8, 9, I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be a dancer. I wanted to go to school for dance. And both of my parents said no. And what am I doing now? Dancing. My mom says she didn't say no, but I remember we were specifically sitting at a Ruby Tuesdays. And we were sitting there.
Ruby Wednesday.
That's that
Ruby
memory.
Tuesdays.
Don't play with Aisha memory, though.
No, but I remember.
You want to talk about a log? A catalog.
Well, no, I remember that because I remember me saying like I
Rolodex.
wanted
Rolodex.
I remember that moment because I remember me saying I wanted to go, because they were asking me about my future and what I wanted to do, and I said I wanted to go to school for dance, and my dad's response was, well, what are you gonna do with a degree in dance? Go be one of them video, I think he said hoes. I think that might would have went. That might
made money in that.
No, I'm saying, but around that time, that's when the video vixen had come out. So he was like, that's what you want to do? I'm not paying money for you to go to college to do that. And my mom was like, I'm not paying for you to go to school to get a degree.
You're stirring louder now.
You are stirring louder. But my mom said, I'm not going to go pay for you to go to school to get a degree that you're not going to use.
Don't stir angry. It takes the love out of the pancake.
Hey, she over there looking like, look at her wrist. Hey, look at her wrist. Look at it.
But I feel like even in that, like I wanted to go to a certain school because they had a degree for teachers. I wanted to, like, there were certain things that I wanted to do that my parents steered me away from because they felt like it was a better plan for me. And in the end, I ended up doing what I wanted to do anyway. That's one thing I can say. I listen to advice and I listen to counsel, but at the end of the day, I'm going to do whatever choice is going to make me happy. And they sent me to, and granted, I appreciate going to A-Tech because like it was a magnet school and I got to meet some very interesting people there, interesting high school experience. But I ended up doing nothing with the law, whereas I could have been going to another school where they had a
Clark.
Pretty much. I wanted to go to Clark so that I could go.
Oh, she would have been black.
Hey. But no, I wanted to go to Clark's because they had a teaching program. But my mom said once you get into A-Tech, that's where you're going. And so I got into A-Tech.
Can you stir quietly?
I got into A-Tech and that's where I went. And even after 4 years of taking law classes, I then decided I did not want to do that. And so now I feel like if I would have been able to do those things and take those opportunities and they would have allowed me to like at least get into those pieces of my dreams, I feel like life for me now would be a little bit easier. Like as a dancer, I could have been stirring. I feel like if I would have been able to do those things, like I feel like it would have been a little bit like like the dancer that I am now, I feel like I would know so much more and I would be able to have taken those classes. Girls, go upstairs, please.
They cooking.
I'm sorry. It's because mom's
so much. There's always a lot going on over here.
Mom's stirring loudly, and then the girls are messing with the dog, and so the dog is crying, and yeah. But I feel like if they
none of us sitting here are parents. Not one of us here are parents. Oh my goodness. Bless you. Go ahead.
I was just gonna wait. She's making a point to do it now because she's low-key probably irritated. But at the end of the day, like the dancer that I am now, I feel like all right, lovely people. So that was the end of the episode.
No,
I love y'all.
so sorry.
This is the end of We're Saved 2. We'll catch y'all on the flip side. Love y'all. We out. Bye.